Good evening, everybody. Thanks for stopping in. Happy Tuesday night, the official new time slot for my live shows, whether they're just chatting, shooting the breeze, or doing live listing shows tonight. We're going to opt for the latter and list some print ads. Surprise, surprise. But I appreciate you guys coming in. Look at this. We have a brand new enhancement rolled out by StreamYard, which I'm excited about. I don't know if you guys, yeah, you do see it. You see down here? Look at that. Comments right on the screen on StreamYard, which is a game changer for me, because you know how I'm always looking to the side to see a comments during a listing show, whatever. Now I can actually see them live right in front of me, so I don't really need the other computer. That's a, like I said, a game changer. So welcome aboard, everybody. Thank you for coming in. What's up, CJ? How you doing? So I could still show the big thing here, but look at that. We got everybody's comments. What's up, man? Blue Feather Ephemera is here. Thanks again for coming in. Thanks for the comments. What's up, number 2? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Yeah, I like this enhancement so far. I don't know if we could tweak it and make it like larger or smaller or anything like that, but hey, I figured I would try it. It says it's in beta, and I introduced it to the show tonight. But again, welcome aboard, everyone. Thank you for coming in. We are going to list Life Magazine. Surprise, surprise again. And I'm just trying to remember what year this was, because I just set it up a little while ago. 66, June 1966. Life Magazine. You're talking 14 by 11, give or take. And there's a bunch. I probably scanned about 20. Yep, exactly 20. 20 ads for tonight. So pull up a chair, make yourself comfortable. We're going on a little later. 7:30 is probably going to be the new time slot going forward on Tuesday nights. Mrs. Flippett has some engagement she has to take care of for a while now on Tuesday nights. Won't allow her to get home until almost 7. And with the current state of my dad's situation and everything, I can't be down here doing a show if she's not home. Basically what it comes down to. So it's all transparent here on the channel, so letting you guys know. So hopefully it's not inconvenient for anybody. I know there's a bunch of people out west, so maybe for them it's even easier. But we're going to look at 7:30 most likely Tuesday nights. Hi, Lisa. How you doing? Oh, Lisa, excuse me, Piles. Good evening to you, ma'am. Hope you're doing well. See, there we go. Wow, so did they truncate the messages? I don't remember. I can't see if anything's a little different. But I like the layout, and I love the ability to be able to look straight in front of me and read the comments. So that's the story, folks. Thanks for coming in. 7:30 Tuesday. Hopefully it's convenient for everybody. It's going to have to be for me for a while anyway. Come June, come July especially, and come August to extent, I'm going to have a lot of outdoor Beatles shows I'll be doing, tons and tons of them. I don't know how many occur on Tuesday nights. I think there actually are a few, especially in New Jersey. We do these outdoor festival things, and a lot of them, for some stupid reason, are on Tuesday nights. So we'll see. If that's the case on a week like that, if I have a show, a concert to play, I'll let everybody know. Maybe we'll shoot to like a Thursday or something that week. But just an FYI for future, the next coming months, basically through till Labor Day, as we're about a week out, a little over a week from Memorial Day already, shockingly. And you know how fast it goes. Memorial Day, the next day is Labor Day, it feels like, right? 2 seconds later. But thanks, guys, for coming in. We will get rocking and rolling. I have a nice, cool libation to enjoy, courtesy of the Norway Pavilion in Epcot. Got this little gift glass a couple of years ago. Cheers to everyone. And away we go. Let's get the listing screen prepped, and I will share my screen. At least I think I will share my screen. Yeah, we'll share my screen. All righty. Does not look fun. Put me down here. See, that's not cool. So let's see if I can move that. Where can I move myself? Should be able to drag this. There we go. I can go to this side. Let me get rid of the banner. And let's pull up the listing screen. Hopefully everything looks cool. Hopefully everybody can hear well, see well. Please let me know, as always, if there's any technical difficulties. I'd really appreciate a heads up. All right, it looks like we're good. I don't think the face being on the left side of the screen as opposed to the right, I'm not blocking anything, I hope, on the screen. But if anything, if you can't see something, please let me know. And away we go, folks. June 1966, there's those dimensions I mentioned. Everything else is pretty much the same. I already loaded one picture in just to get us started. It's for a tissue brand called Lady Scott. So Scott Tissues, this is Lady Scott. Unbashful prints and a matching 2-ply facial and bathroom tissue. Kind of nice, actually. Look at that. Very feminine looking tissues. Very fancy looking toilet paper rolls, I'll tell you that. And that's it. Lady Scott for the win. Anybody remember Lady Scott? I don't know if I should just put Scott tissues. No, I'm going to put Lady Scott because that's what it says. Just go Lady Scott tissues. That will fall into a category called, we're going to search for this manually. We'll go household, right? We would put tissues, folks. What would you put tissues? We could go other household. That's kind of generic, but oh wow, eBay Anna. That's new. I wonder what that means. Health and beauty, perhaps. Yeah, well, let's go health and beauty. I like that. I think it's a little more specific than just household. And then for my store category, I have a famous personal care product. So we throw everything like that into. It's original. I guess we're going to put Scott. I'm going to put Scott tissues because that's really the company. This would be a print ad. 1966. Yep, that's it. So any suggestions are always welcome as far as wording, as far as keywords. But you can see these are the dispensers are in bluebell blue, camellia pink, and fern green or antique gold. New tissue collection. I guess we could put new tissue collection, gold, hardware. Not really sure how would. Hi Diane, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Gold hardware. What do you guys think? Gold. Failing on the word here. What word would we use for like a tissue holder, for like a toilet tissue thing? What's the word we should use? It was a pretty ornate toilet tissue, yeah. But like what do we call the these things? The fish and stuff on them. I can't tell. Is that like a mermaid tail or something? Fixture. CJ, that's a good word. Fixture, says CJ. Isn't it funny how sometimes things you just kind of take for granted as being what they are, but there's not really a proper name, at least nothing I can think of that comes to mind. A toilet tissue holder, I think I might call it. But yeah, I like fixture. That looks good. Bathroom fixture. Hey, man, how are you? Jackie Jack Enterprises in the building. Great to see you, man. Welcome. Hope you have some time to hang out. We're going to be listing some print ads tonight. Yeah, I like CJ's thing with fixtures. But to Diane's point, yes, it's absolutely toilet tissue. Tissue fixtures. Gold. So we'll just throw the word gold in there. What's up, Jim? How you doing? Florida Man Jim is here. Great to have you, man. Thanks for coming in. I think we could put tissue box, right? How many times are we going to write the word tissue, though? Toilet paper. Let's use toilet paper. So we captured both paper and tissues. And then we could put tissue singular box. And that's how it's done. All right. So kicking us off with a bang here. Kind of unique, I think, anyway. All right. There's one down. We're on the path to success. Steve Boyd. What's up, Steve? All right. Postcard Guy, how you doing, man? Great to have you. Kevin, Postcard Guy, great channel. Check him out on YouTube as well, for sure. Always has some really interesting postcards, usually pretty valuable postcards, too. So check out Kevin, Postcard Guy, down in Florida, who did some Disney videos not too long ago, which I appreciated. I know I made the mistake of a couple of years ago, my wife and I were in Disney, and I went live on a live stream. I thought maybe some people would be interested. No one was. But to each their own. I get it. If you're used to seeing a channel for a certain, topic or whatever, and then you deviate from that topic, that could usually lead to misfortune, much to my chagrin. But that's okay. I was just trying to share some fun. But anyway, Postcard Guy. Definitely check him out. What is up, Steve? Okay, so this is the toilet paper done. What other household? Let's go to this one. When in doubt, list a dishwasher or a washing machine ad. They always sell. Don't ask me why, but they do. This is GE. I think it's just a washing machine, right? So let's go General Electric. I'm pretty sure whether you spell out General Electric or type GE, it's going to be basically the same thing. An ad, this is just my personal, excuse me, my personal thoughts on this. Let's be honest, a kind of generic washing machine ad, there's not a whole lot of, pop and fun words you could throw in. I don't think anyway, as far as keywords on a title like this. So I would, if I had some like really cool, if this, this washing machine was on top of Mount Everest and there were, sleds and dogs and all this other stuff to make it a more fanciful ad, I would probably abbreviate and put GE, excuse me, so I could put, more words. Something like that's just really basic and it's just literally a washing machine. I'm going to spell out General Electric so I use up some of the spaces. You get 80 characters. So that's it, washing machine. We'll take a look just for fun and see if they mention a model or something, but kind of a dime a dozen type of an ad. There is a appliances section. And then for this one, I'll go to household in my house, in my store categories. This is General Electric. You guys agree with that philosophy? With like longer words like that that can easily be abbreviated. I just think you have the option. If you'd rather save that valuable space in your title for something more effective. Well, this wash machine is automatic. It's hydromatic. Grease Lightning used to be a huge song when I was a kid. I remember everybody used to go nuts with that. This car is automatic because they cursed in it. It was like a big taboo thing. Okay, General Electric. We have our appliance category selected. We have our pricing. We have our year, all that good stuff. So let's take a look at this amazing advertisement. What do we got? It's the total washer. It has a mini basket. I mean, what else do you need? Let's be honest. Oh, ding, goes my phone. Just a lot of hoo-ha about how great it is, of course. It is the model WA653A. They started around $200. What a bargain. Think about it, 1966, $200, extremely expensive. Extremely expensive. What's some washer nowadays? Probably not that much more. Basic, like a Sears, they don't make Sears anymore, but like a Kenmore washing machine, just a basic white washing machine, maybe $500. CJ is good with that, with the changes in pricing as time marches on. But $200 in 1966, safe to say, fair amount of money for a washing machine. And let's be honest, doesn't really fit that much stuff either. But anyway, I open the floor to you guys. Is there anything you could think of to make this sound a little more impressive than it really is? The total washer, I guess we could throw that in. A mini basket, short of that, laundry. Sometimes you're really grasping at straws with this stuff. Mini basket, laundry. I don't know. No reason to beat a dead horse. Blue Feather got the notification bell. Sometimes you miss it. Sorry to hear. Yeah, that's actually an interesting point. I'm always curious about that because, of course, I subscribe to not hundreds, probably close to 100 channels, across the spectrum, all kinds of stuff. And I'm usually notified when I tick the old notification bell when somebody I follow releases something or goes live. I strongly encourage you guys, if you are subscribed, to do that. Please click the notification bell. I don't know why it's not just automatic. Maybe it is, but you would think if you subscribe to a channel, it should kind of go without saying that you're interested in receiving notifications, right? But I think it's a manual process. Correct me if I'm wrong. And if you haven't subscribed and you're enjoying the show, you're watching, what's the word for that? There's people that they always say can't think of the word. When somebody's watching but they don't want to be identified, they're like hiding in the shadows, but they're really watching. Whatever that word is, I forgot what it is, but there's probably a fair amount of people that do that. Come out of the darkness, say hi, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the fun. I mean, where else on YouTube can you find people listing 1966 GE washing machine ads for free? You don't even have to pay for this. All right, but we're going to list this one. Lurking, that's the word, Steve. Thank you. 74, says CJ. Is 1974 the price of what $200 is? Is that what you're saying, CJ? Lurking is the right word. Thank you. Couldn't think of the word. All right, there's a couple listed already. We're flying right by. We started the night with about 20 or so to list. So let's see if we can get through those. I don't see why not. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you had a nice weekend and the week's starting off well for you. Got to get the obligatory weather commentary in. It's been beautiful here in my part of the country in the Northeast. Until tomorrow, through, I think, Saturday, it's supposed to be very, 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 very chilly. 50s is a high, 40s is a low. What's up with that? As we, 10 days before Memorial Day, maybe even less. We're in the 50s again? Come on. It was in the 80s, 75, 80, glorious weather for a while. And now we're having this crazy dip in temperatures for whatever reason. Somebody make a call on that. Who can we contact? Make that go away. Speaking of General Electric, looks like right below, anybody with a keen eye, you can see we have another product here from GE. So let's bang those out back to back. Why not? What is this, an air conditioner? Yeah, a portable air conditioner. So good. I shouldn't have erased that. General. Nice thing about this is obviously we don't have to change anything, right? We're going to keep it in appliances. We could keep General Electric. So now we can just have fun with the photo itself, which, as you say, my scan is a little skewed. I hate when that happens. And I wish they had a straightening tool within, they have these editing features you could do. You could flip them around. You can change, brightness and contrast. You can crop. You know what they don't have? They don't have a straightening tool, do they? What does this do? What the heck is this arrow? Anybody know? I don't even know what that does. But show me a straightening tool. You know what I mean? To fix something like that when it's askew. What we can do is we can open up. That's why I always keep these saved. And then we can open up. What are we listing? We are listing the air conditioner. Through the miracle of modern technology, you can see we just hit edit. Go down here. Straighten that guy out. Look at that. And all is forgiven. And if you tap your right or left arrow, you can kind of get more detailed. If anybody didn't know that. And just save that. And we're done. Now let's bring it back in. I'm a big fan. I know it sounds kind of silly, but to me, that bothers me that it's off. Why am I looking to the left? You know why? Because think about it. My screen, all I see is eBay. My stream, I'll show you. Because you guys can see the whole screen. You guys see this, and then you see the live show. If I'm on my eBay screen, that screen goes away. So as cool as I thought that feature was, it does nothing for me. At least when I'm doing listings. But that's why I want to try it out. Hopefully that explains it. All right, let's get the air conditioner back in. Nice and tidy, straightened out. Right, that's some more better. Okay, let's check this out, see what the heck is going on. Maybe we'll get some more wording we can use. Got tape measure going. Don't buy this new GE Fashionette air conditioner. So there we go. The Fashionette, 5,000 BTU, easy to install, beautiful, compact, quiet, only 59 pounds. Yeah, so let's throw in the what is it called? GE Fashionette. There's a word you don't get to type very often. Fashionette. I'll put your window unit for what it's worth. Yeah, I'm actually not going to blame StreamYard on this one. Think about it. I'm not on the StreamYard screen, so how could I see the comments? It'd be great if they could just kind of be fixed on wherever I bounce around, especially if I'm sharing a screen, right? You would think they could keep that fixed. But is that bothering anybody, the fact that the comments are on the lower right side, it looks like? If it bugs you, I could remove it. It's no big deal. Yeah, Steve with the creative nomenclature, right? General Electric, General Motors, Standard Oil, yeah. U.S. Steel. It's cool. Okay, yeah, it's something new, right? Something fun to look upon. Just Greg. All right, I mean, that pretty much says it all, right? What else do you need? Keeps it cool. If it ever gets hot here, probably by July, we'll be firing up the air conditioners. All right, let's list that one. least with the suggestion of using GE as well. Yeah, if you're trying to like just suck up some some space in the title, probably nothing wrong with doing that at all. I agree. You know what? Before I erase the word General Electric, let me just for fun, take a look and see if we have any more General Electric. Now we got a Remington up there. Razor, electric razor. This is like Bell Telephone, I think. Is that General Electric? Man, I can't see anything anymore. This might actually be General Electric. Let's just pull it in and take a look. It is. Father's Day. Ah, timely little ad right here. Sorry, I just opened up my Outlook for no reason. Okay, let's go back in here. General Electric yet again. But the all-important keyword, especially this time of year, talk about perfect timing, Father's Day. I'll put Father's Day gift. Jumps right off the screen this time of year, doesn't it? Timing is everything. Where the heck is it? Oh, here it is. No, it's a camera. Where the heck is my GE ad? Right here. I think it's just a combination of different things. So maybe I'm going to keep it in, definitely keep it in appliances again. But let's take a look at it and see what exactly is going on. Got a radio. You got a new way to eat lunch. Heroes and hillbilly music. Radio plays up to 130 hours. So you got a portable radio thing with lunch. Hi, Susan. How you doing? Welcome aboard. You got a nice portable radio. Man, I remember these very well. With the leather strap. Holy cow. Then you got the little radio here. Wow. It looks like a tricorder for any Star Trek fans, doesn't it? My parents had this forever. Man. All right. So what are we going to put? I think the lion's share of this stuff is radios, right? Radios. Great to see you, Susan. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. If you have a moment, please, not to bother anyone, but if you have a second, if it's not too much of a hassle, would you please leave a thumbs up on this video? I would greatly appreciate that. Share it out to folks. Try to get some more people in here. It always boggles my mind, and this is not a rant of any kind. I'm not complaining. However, if you think about it, 2,400, whatever I have, subscribers, 20 people watching. 1%? Is that 1% even? What's up with that? Where are the other 2,380 people? It does like make me think, like, I wonder what I'm doing wrong that nobody watches the live shows. What's up with that? But I think that's true of almost every channel. You get people that have 100,000 subscribers and they have 20, 30 people in the chats. But it's his life. All right, so that's pretty cool because of the Father's Day component. I think it's really timely. Father's Day is sometime in June. I don't even know what day it is. Radios, they are all radios, aren't they? I'll put portable radios, maybe. Portable radios. Very good. Boom. Hope you guys had a chance to check out. I released another What's Sold yesterday with a couple of nice looking ads. Check that out if you haven't checked it out. I'm going to try to get those up. Maybe every week or so we'll get a What's Sold video. Just to kind of see the trends and what's selling, what's not. Well, not so much what's not because they won't be in the video, but you know what I mean. Some videos that some good ads that are selling. Pretty sure that's the only Father's Day reference in this specific magazine that I remember seeing for ads. You missed that one. Check it out, Steve, after the video. I just released it yesterday. It might be a notification bar thing again. Notification bell. But yeah. Just that yesterday morning, I think it was. It's worth checking out. There's a couple of decent money-making ads that sold for some good money on there. I don't pick those purposely. I just kind of I picked 10 yesterday. It's just like, pick 10, that sold recently. All right. So that probably, I didn't realize I had so many GE advertisements tonight, but apparently we did. What else could we do? Is there anything else that's like household? Oh, actually, here's another Sony. This is Sony. This is pretty cool. Look at the Sony TV, a little mini, which I think I'm going to probably keep in appliances again. As tempting as I am, we've talked about this many a time, but I'll reiterate just in case it's a first-time viewer in here. You see, there is a collectibles category for television sets, but it's actually for physical television sets. And I'm not going to put my little print ad into a television set because people are stupid, and there'll be the one guy that thinks he's buying a television set for $14.99 from 1966, and that's just not the case. You know, it's not the case. So yeah, I think I'm going to probably just leave it in the same appliances. But in my store category, I definitely have a television category, and there it is. Boom. So our brand, for the first time in a while, we're going to change to Sony. Everything else pretty much stays the same. This is a cool little item. It's a really, really small television. I'll have to take a look at this one because it's like black, basically. Look at the size of that. Is that Groucho Marx? Drive-in TV, 5-inch screen, folks. Susan asked if the radios had AM, FM. I'm sure they did. Yeah. FM was definitely out already, right? 60. Yeah, absolutely. We could check the picture though to see if there was an FM band referenced. But I think this one's really does look like Groucho Marx. It's kind of scary, but a little 5-inch portable TV. Look at that thing. I guess I'll put that, right? 5-inch portable. And then we'll put drive-in theater. Some of these things write themselves. What should we write? Smooching? Necking? Remember in Happy Days? They're going to go neck. It looks like she's too preoccupied watching that amazing black and white 5-inch screen. It looks like Groucho, doesn't it? I don't think it is. If it was, and I do have a handful of Groucho ads. He did a lot of, far be it from, you know, beyond Groucho's grasp to do some advertising. He did a lot. Obviously on his TV show, right? What's My Line? He did live commercials all the time. But I have several ads, Groucho, Hawk, and different things. It would usually make reference that that's Groucho Marx. Like, and let's just look. Does it say anything? It does say for smooching. That's funny. It would definitely say Groucho Marx if that was Groucho Marx somewhere. There's no way his ego would allow to not be mentioned. Trust me. Yeah, there's no way. Plus, in 66, he would have been 76 years old already. That doesn't look like a 76-year-old, does it? Although he's like kind of in the shadows. I don't know. No, I'm not going to break Groucho because if it's not, false advertising. Just kind of looks like him a little bit. Drive-in theater. Anything else? Smooching. That's funny. I'm going to put that in because, again, when do you get to write the word smooching in your eBay title? All right. That's a cool one. A lot of electronic devices tonight. Again, thanks for coming in as we approach the 8 o'clock hour here on the East Coast. The late 7:30, which is going to be a normal now 7:30 start for the show. All right. Don't remember if I have any more TV ads, but we'll take a look. We do have another television, Panasonic. There you go. Try to bang these ones that are, you know, common themes all out together, just for convenience. So we're not going back and forth from like a beer ad to a TV ad to a something else. Yep, Susan got the smooching in there. Panasonic television. See the nightcap up there. Everything stays the same. We're just going to switch Sony out for Panasonic. Long live copy and paste. One of the better tools out there. All right. This is a 9-inch. Apparently, the smaller the better. Burning the midnight. Yeah, you got the candle. Pa in his sleeping cap. Goes to sleep by itself. You set its bedtime and set its channel and it does it by itself. That's actually a really cool feature. $140. Watching Bonanza or something on there. All right, so I'm going to put nightcap. We're going to put 9-inch portable sleep timer. Burning candle. I'll try to get in there if we could fit it. We can't. Candle. Burn. See if we can get burn. Boom. 80 on the schnoz. I'd like to say I could pronounce whatever you wrote, but I can't say it. Matush something. Kevin, with the tragic news of the passing of George Wendt, is that true? Oh, I didn't know that. 76. Wow. Hey. Happens to the best of us. Never watched Cheers, but I've heard it was a good show. Never got into TV like that, later on like that. But that's sad. Thanks for letting us know, man. Thanks for bringing the crowd down. Exactly, man. Everybody is, right? All right. Well, there's another TV ad for you. What's that one? Okay. We're definitely rocking and rolling through these ads tonight, which is a good thing. Let's get rid of that one. Got a camera down there. I'm just eyeballing really quickly what we have to play with here. We have a couple of smaller ads, which I'll save for the end. You see like those half pages. We'll do them in succession. We have one double 2-page ad. Camera. Forgot what this is. Oh, vacuum. Let's do a vacuum cleaner. When in doubt, get the Hoover. Vacuum, one of those very weird words of smelling. My tendency is always to write VACC, but it turns out it's VACUU. For those keeping score at home. All right, and for my, I guess I'll put household again. Like that. Hoover is our brand. All right, let's take a look at this one, see what's going on. We have Mother doing the dusting as Mother does. I like the portable aspect. I like being able to take it into the car. We didn't name this new Hoover the Handy Vac, so we're going to put Handy Vac into our title. I could use a Handy Vac right about now. Put down in my little cave down here. Only Hoover makes the Handy Vac. Lightweight cleaner. It's a cool attachment there to take care of your shades. Lampshades and stuff. Look at that. Feather light. Get the curtains done. So last time, anybody vacuumed their curtains, the drapes? Housework. That's a good word. Absolutely. I'll put housewife. Housework. Cleaning. Hey, there she is. Dawn Wright. Alive and kicking. Great to have you, Dawn. Hope you're doing okay. Number 2 was in the house earlier on. I don't know if he's just being quiet, but he came in a little while ago when we started the show. Welcome aboard. To get you caught up, Dawn, we are listing, excuse me, ads from Life magazine from 1966, June 1966. And we are definitely plowing through really quickly. All right, there's another one down. Queen of Canada, yeah, QOC, Queen of Canada is here. Yes, Todd is here. All the old the regulars coming back slowly. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. Before Todd for Queen of Canada, Tuesday nights, my new home. Tuesday nights, 7:30, my new time. From here on in, barring anything, which is always a possibility, you know, life getting in the way. But for the most part, we're going to try to stick with Tuesday nights at 7:30 for the shows here on my channel. Just kind of works out well for me to be able to come on. So hopefully everybody can adjust to it. It's not that big of a deal. It's only half an hour. And for the folks out on the left coast, it might even be better for them. All right. Vacuum is done. Let's take care of this one. I could have sworn I listed this. I did list this one already. Forgot to delete it. Not tonight, but I listed it when I scanned them yesterday. We got a car ad, of course we do. A camera ad. Well, there's another 2 pages. So we have two pages to do. More car ads. Bayer aspirin. Let's do the Remington. Maybe that's a Father's Day reference in there, right? Let's take a look. Electric shaver or razor. Which we write? Electric razor. Probably electric razor. This would be shaving and razors. Yep, that's its own category. And then for me, I will put personal care products because that's definitely a personal care product right there. This is a print ad. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Please, if you haven't had a chance, just hit that thumbs up. Let's see if we can get YouTube to acknowledge the existence here. Dial a dashing sideburn. All right, let's take a look. I'm curious. I don't remember. I just kind of scanned them. I don't remember if it makes reference to Father's Day, but it would be nice, right? Kind of a very Father's Day-ish gift. New shaving invention. Blah, 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 blah. The 300s Electro Shaver. Anybody see any Father's Day reference? I don't. See different settings. All right, so there's a dial, which is kind of cool. Put your setting, and there's that razor sharp razor. Looks like you take your life in your hand. Look at the size of this thing. Do you want to vicariously? Oh, live vicariously through all you listing people for a while. Oh yeah, always Canada. Not to say anything, but God, there's always something going on. Strikes, issues, companies shutting down. I know that. You know what I mean, Greg? It's like always Canada with these strikes and these issues. Golly. All right, so this is let's see, what else could we say? Dial settings. Maybe I'll put something like that. Here's your Starbucks. Yeah, Starbucks. And the question is, which is more important to the country's GDP? Exactly, man. That's what I'm saying. Didn't they just go on strike? Like, what happened? Shaver. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Lise. Shaver. How about get back to basics? Yeah, I put dial in there, Susan. Thank you. Put dial settings, shaver. That's probably good, right? Yeah, we don't have to reinvent the wheel every time, but as long as there's like relative, important words in there. Not relative, relevant. Boom. Dawn, do you see the brand new option they rolled out here on StreamYard on the bottom right of my screen where you could see live commentary right on the old screen, not just on the YouTubes? I think that's pretty cool. They want to strike in November or whatever, and we're forced back to work for 6 months. Sorry, I know that's got to really be awful for people up there. Especially people like us that are trying to make a living selling stuff, right? Alrighty. What to do? Well, we could do cars together, right? Do the 2 pages together. What's this one? Oh, it's a interesting ad here for a wallet, a bifold. The Lord Buxton. You like that, Dawn? With the thing? It's not my doing. It's a beta feature that they rolled out on StreamYard tonight. So I'm like, oh, let me try it. Yeah, it is awful. I was just joking around. It's terrible. The inconvenience is out of control. So you actually had to shut down the store. Stallion, they have been. And Stallion is would you mind explaining for the benefit of anyone that doesn't know what Stallion is, what they are? Because I hear those terms bandied about from you and from other, Canadian YouTubes and stuff. I can't tell you that I actually understand what the heck it is. It's some service that's in America or something to ship to America. I don't know. Over to you, Dawn. I'm sure everybody else knows what it is, and I'm an idiot, but I don't really know what the exact purpose of Stallion is. Stallion Express. Lord Buxton. I think they use the word bifold. Is it bifold? Vis-a-vis wallet. The organizer. No, they don't use billfold, not bifold. Billfold. All right, we're just going to put leather wallet. Pull the tab. Open it. Unique as far as a product, at least for me. I don't have many, if any, wallet ads on that. Billfold. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Billfold wallets. I'll put leather wallet. Flip tab. How's that? Stallion Express is one of a few third-party shipping options we have. They ship within Canada and worldwide using a bunch of different carriers. Cool. Thank you. Where does one list a billfold? What is the category? See, there's a real wallet category, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go to advertising. Man, what would you put? Maybe clothing? It's not really clothing. How would you guys define a wallet as far as the categories go? Given these are the options. It might land there on accessories, but it just seems strange. I might think of any other category that might be more appropriate for it. Fashion accessories. As opposed to collectibles, you're saying? Is that what you're saying? No. What's the full thing? What's the full path? No, I'm saying like what advertising category do you guys think I should put a wallet in? Jewelry and watches, merchandise. But I might just do accessories. I get it is kind of an accessory, right? Clothing, shoes, accessories. Yeah, no, there isn't. Oh yeah, clothing, shoes, accessories. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Then maybe do accessories, right? Isn't that what I just said, or no? If not, that's where we're going to go. So thank you, guys. And then, not that it's really important at all. I guess I'll put clothing for my store. But anyway, just kind of a unique product for me anyway. I don't think I've listed any other wallets before. Maybe that's good. Usually scarcity equals value, right? Not that I'm going to put this up for $100 or anything, but yeah, a whole bunch of this kind of face. I get it. But I like that. Thanks, guys. Thanks to at least likes accessories. Seems to fit with belts, handbags. Yeah, exactly. Woman's purse is an accessory. Indeed it is. How about like a scarf, gloves, a knit hat? But anyway, I think we figured out. And as far as like wording, if I don't know, maybe we'll put credit cards or something. That's pretty good. Okay, let's list this one. Boom. Yep, I got the credit cards in there. Thank you. Billfold. Cool word. Let's see. We'll go to this. I forgot what that is. Diamonds Are Forever or something like that. The like pastel painting or whatever this is. I forgot. Sometimes, I look at them quickly and I say, okay, that's a candidate for a listing. And I just kind of pull them out and I forget to go back. Yeah, Diamond Is Forever. So I don't remember what it's like U.S. Diamond Association or some kind of thing. Love Letter, painted by the De Beers collection by S. Edmund Oppenheim. De Beers. How to buy a diamond. Like, what's the... interesting. This is just diamonds. Oil painting. This is Kevin, thank you. It's a lot of pinned icons on my taskbar. You mean on my my favorites? Yeah, my desktop is immaculate. I can't stand a nasty desktop. I have nothing. Artist sign, sure, yep. And even though the artist name is Oppenheim, S. Edmund Oppenheim. It might be that the painting is more valuable than the content with it. But anyway, it's just diamond. I think I'm just going to write a diamond is forever. Very famous tagline, right? I'm surprised it's not like a brand. You know what I mean? Oil painting. De Beers. De Beers is the brand? Thank you. I did read that like 3 times and for some reason didn't put 2 and 2 together. Thank you, sir. De Beers. All right. There's definitely a jewelry. Put that in there. Jewelry and watches. Fine. Change that out. Thank you for that, Greg. I would have just left it as diamonds. 66. De Beers is the brand. Thank you, Lise. Yeah, exactly. It did at the bottom, I think. I'll show you guys again, but let me just try to finish oil painting. Somebody had another cool word. Let me scroll up for a suggestion for this. The lights are right on my face. I apologize, folks. I have like 4 different lights. Credit cards, oil painting, artist sign. That was it. What was his name? What was his name? Oppenheim. S. Edmund Oppenheim. No way we're going to fit all that. We'll just put Oppenheim. Thusly. Type of advertising is printed. Okay. I'll raise that just because. Why not? See if somebody's more interested in that because of the artist signed aspect. Have some fun, right? Thanks, guys, for your help on that. Yeah, Steve, we were just talking about that. The guy from Cheers. Norm. Norm? Where was that one? Right here. It's not too many left from when we started with 20. I forgot some kind of shoe brand. Let's get rid of that one. That's clothing as well. And this would be, I'm gonna have to blow this up. I can't tell what the brand is. Is this what you're talking about, Dylan? The favorites? A message of love. Susan, you might be a little bit behind. You're commenting like a couple of minutes after we go through something. Maybe just refresh your screen on your YouTube feed. Yeah, I know. Yeah, sure. I remember that. Yeah, the bears. The bears. Hush puppies. There you go. Right in the front. Silly boy. Hush puppies. Shoes. Also stays in clothing. Take a look at that. Change this to Hush Puppies. 66. Oh, this? That's a lot. You ain't seen nothing yet. Hush Puppies. But they're tidy. That's what matters. What kind of dog is that? Gotta indicate the dog. Is that a bloodhound? Casual. Shoes. Dog. What is our breed of dog here, folks? Basset Hound. Basset Hound. Thank you. P-A-S-S-E-T. Pound. Beautiful. I'd say that's good enough for this. Put this back down to my regular pricing. Thanks, guys, for the dog breed. Oh, my goodness. Back's starting to go all of a sudden. Ugh. Susan, did you try to refresh the feed? Just give it a refresh. You probably catch back up. It's everything seems to be like a few seconds behind. Not a few seconds, maybe like a minute behind. Which happens for sure. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but directly above me is our kitchen, at least where I'm sitting. Yeah, more or less. This is Flip It engaged in some baking activities, making a ruckus up there. I hear like the sound of the rolling pins smashing against the island in frustration, things like that. So I apologize if you hear any of that noise. I don't know if it comes through on the mic, but if you hear a banging noise, that's what it is. No cause for concern for you. For me, a lot of concern. All right, we have a couple of cars. We'll do, like I said, we'll bang them out together. We have I guess the outlier is this camera ad. So let's do that one. And this is for an interesting brand, at least to me, a unique brand. She is, because I'm doing a show. But you see, Mrs. Flip It acknowledging the fact that I'm a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week caretaker now. She's like, no, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. Agfa, A-G-F-A. Camera. Anybody familiar with this brand? Any camera aficionados? Drives me nuts. I say it all the time. A couple of key items that don't have their own categories. One of which is cameras. Another which is typewriters. They don't have their own category. Notice television. So you always wind up putting in like appliances or something like I did, or household. How those mega, like how does TV not have its own category? Explain that to me. Radios do. So let us go with, for a camera, I think I just go like household items, actually. This is really, I'm not trying to like make light of this. It's important where you put, what category you choose for your items. So like sometimes I worry about that. If I just stick it in something like this household, who's going to really be looking for an Agfa camera? Oh, that's right. Is that the name of the tape boxes? Is that what, you sure that's what it is? AGFA? Absolutely. Very good, Steve. Absolutely, man. I could picture that on the box. Reel-to-reel studio tape. Very cool, man. I didn't realize it was Agfa. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, or AGFA or whatever. Very cool. Yep, I can see the boxes, those tape boxes, sure. When I started recording, we used to use reel-to-reel tapes. All analog. I used to have original music and stuff, and we made, like early 90s or so, late 80s, early 90s. I was in studios and stuff, and it was all tape still. Good call, man. I do have a camera category set up for me. I wish eBay would follow suit. You too. You worked in a 24 track. So did you really? Were you an engineer or something, or what'd you do? What capacity? A tape op? But yeah, man. Call it old fashioned. There's nothing like that sound though, right? Man, we used to listen, when you would listen to the playback on those things, just pristine. I have a few of the originals. I'm sure there's some way to convert it now to digital, but I don't have a player. Studio engineer, very cool, man. Yeah, I've been a musician for easily 40 years now, and playing professionally probably 38, 86, 87, something like that. That's awesome, man. All right, but in this case, we have the IsoFlash Rapid C camera. So basically, it's a portable Rapid. What should we write? I guess I got to write that, right? That's their little name, IsoFlash Rapid C. Let's see what else we could pull from this. Blow this up. It's more intriguing than I originally thought. You can say they had their own type of film. There's all the kind of pictures. Yeah, there we go. A young Bob Dylan there playing. No, I'm not kidding. Rapid means you don't have to thread the film. Did you really, Elise? That's cool. It's a handsome looking camera, actually. Only $14.95. That's a bargain. Trying to look for some. Anybody see any cool keywords we can use that I'm missing? The camera for people who never owned a camera. It's a perfect first camera. Maybe that's something I should write. Perfect first camera. Maybe I will write that. Perfect first camera. And just because it's, I guess, certainly more scarce than a Kodak or a Polaroid, we'll jack up the price on that one too. There might be an AGFA guy out there looking for this very ad. Do you remember what you got for that ad from the 30s, Lise? For the AGFA? Am I saying this correctly, by the way, or should I just say AGFA? Because if I keep repeating the word incorrectly, I'm sure that's very annoying. I would be annoyed. It's not AGFA, it's AGFA, you idiot. All right, cool ad there. I like unique stuff once in a while. Can't be a night of Campbell soup every week, right? Campbell soup ads over and over and over. All right, that's pretty much it for... well, this is... I'm going to show you this one. We'll go to the two smaller ads. What the heck? Because this is just such a cool thing to be advertising. Should have charged more. You got $9.50? Oh, okay. Look at this. An ad for a Cessna. That is wild. C-E-S-N-N-A? Greg sold a Xerox ad featuring Ernie Ball Guitar Shop. Wow. His actual guitar shop. I use the strings. Or I have used the strings. C-E-S-S. Sorry, spelling evading me tonight. C-E-S-S-N-A 150. Is that called a prop plane? Where are my air flight aeronautics guys, gals? Is that a prop plane? Private aircraft. There you go. Now this I'm going to put in because it's not saying that we're selling a plane for $15. Collectibles, transportation, aviation, private aircraft. Absolutely. That's where that's going to live. That's where I'd be looking for a Cessna ad. Right? And then we'll go to have an airplane category, airlines and airplanes. Definitely what this is. And then look at this. We don't even have to put a brand. Books, publications, photographs, poster. Probably put poster if it doesn't have like advertising or something or marketing. Yeah, we'll put poster. What the heck? Isn't that cool though? And let me fix this. This is not 11 inches wide, as you guys see. It's half of that. I'll put 5.5. And I'll do that for the next. We have one more ad that has the same sizing. So we'll do those two together. Pretty nice looking ad here. Unique to me anyway. Take a look at this guy. We invite you to pilot a Cessna for $5. Flying lessons. So they're offering flying lessons. Got this handsome airplane in the air. Look at that thing. That looks very cool. All right, so what should we do? Flying lesson, special offer. I ask again, is that called a crop plane, something like that? There's some word for those. First, a flying lessons offer. Like, I wish I could determine what kind of plane that is. You know what I mean? We could go to the Google. When in doubt, right? That's what everybody does now. Drag it into the Google. It's looking for wording. Somebody has like the type of plane that represents or something. From 66, Steve. All these ads tonight are from June of 66. But you can see there's a few people. Cessna aircraft. Aircraft is actually a really good word. Cessna 150 aircraft. And then we'll put airplane. How about we put airplane in there? Maybe we'll put private airplane. Yep, 66. Done. He did say that, absolutely. June of 66. Let's be honest. Does that look any different than like a current airplane, like a little private airplane? Not really. Maybe these wheel covers are a little different nowadays, but they're pretty unchanged, wouldn't you guys say? See one of these flying around right now, and I'm in blink an eye. I mean, I don't know all the details, but it looks pretty unchanged. I was actually wondering about the Ernie Ball shop ad. All right, I guess that's cool enough for me. It's in a good category, so I'm sure airplane and aeronautic aficionados will be all over this and appreciate it, I hope, anyway. And I know it's not super valuable, but I'll put $20 on it again. Why not? We take offers here on my store. We take offers. Reasonable offers, I should say. All right, so that's that one. That's the half page. Then we'll do the other one just to make it easy, and then I don't have to switch out any more wording at the bottom. But that's the Cessna ad, which I thought was really cool. And then we have this guy, the Bear Aspirin. We'll do that one next. '65 Fortune magazine was the source of the Ernie Ball shop. It's like a Leo Fender shop. Yeah, medicine and first aid. That sounds good to me. Original Bear print ad. Sometimes when you come out of categories that have none of this stuff in, you have to type it all back in. Minor inconvenience, not that big of a deal, right? Put back to 14. Well, God only knows what you would say. A Canadian making fun of somebody's accent. Bear works wonders. So we got mom, we got kiddos. I don't know what else we got because I can't see anymore. So we'll blow that one up. We got the ironing board as we do. Yep, banging some pots. I know I'd be happy if my kid was smashing 2 pots right in front of my face when I'm trying to iron. Tension headaches. That's funny. All right, so mom, kids, headache. All those words extremely synonymous. You can fill in dad, kids, and soon to be grandkids, but no headaches from the grandkids. Ironing board. Good enough for me. Let's get out of airplanes, though. This would not be an airplane ad. This would be a personal care product because that's the default category for all my items. When you can't find a home, personal care product. Safer than Valium, just a bit. Mother's little helper, right? There's a little yellow pill. Right, Steve? Mother's little helper? All right, let's get that one done. So there's our 2 half-page ads done. Now let me not forget, because I've done it about 10 million times before. Let's go back to the full 14 by 11 dimensions so I don't make a mistake and ship somebody out an ad that's 14 by 11 and they thought it was 14 by 5.5 or vice versa. That's even worse, but less fun. All right, that's our second of 2. All right, so we have a couple of cars and we have a couple of 2 pages. Guess we should just bang out the cars, get them over with. I guess. Or should we do the double pages? I don't know. What do you guys want to do? You want to do the car ads? We got 3 of them, or you want to do the 2 double page? Actually, there's 4 car ads left. Just one is a 2-pager, and then we have the old ginger ale. Speaking of Canada, you guys choose. What do you want to list next? Cars or the other 2? As I take another swig. Again, very seriously, thank you for coming in tonight, folks. Greatly appreciate it. One of your first cars was an Aqua 66 Pontiac Tempest hardtop. Wow, really? That's awesome. My first car was a 78 Pontiac Phoenix. So we both have Pontiacs. I think I talked about this a couple times on the show. The famous thing, I'm sure yours was too, Kevin. No power steering on that guy. No power brakes on that guy. AM radio, that was it. And then I bought a cassette player that I had installed. It was just kind of hanging there, dangling. But I was happy as pie to have my own car. I thought it was the greatest thing. It's like an ugly tan color. But a Chevy Vega. We used to have a Chevy. My parents had a Chevy Vega. Probably around then, 77, 78. It was green, lime green. Little tiny car, but like a hatchback. Hated the Chevy Vega. But I had a 78 Pontiac Phoenix. Was my first car that I bought. Cash. $1,000 cash, which was, I saved up for a while. This was in 86-ish, I think. 86. And it was a 78. So it was only 8 years old. It's funny because I thought it was so old at that point. The thing that made it old, like I said, was that everything was manual. No power steering, no power brakes. And then I remember my mom had a 83 Chrysler something LeBaron, and that was like only a couple years old, and so it was new, state of the art, it had power, everything, and it was so strange to drive that and then go back to my car. Like anything else, you get used to what you have, right? The Camback was like the station wagon-ish. Would you like lime green? The Chevy Vega. I hated that car. It even had green interior, like green faux leather, plastic, whatever it was, vinyl. You had a Vega and it was bright orange. It's funny. Yeah, when only the best colors will do. They had some funky colors. Chevy Vega. I guess they only came in interesting colors. All right, let's make an executive decision. We'll do the one non-car ad. Since Dawn is here tonight, we'll do a little Canada Dry ginger ale. 2-pager. So for anybody who hasn't watched the show before and is interested, this is just how I do. If I have 2 pages, I write in big old capital letters, 2-page print ad. Canada Dry ginger ale. The official soda of sickness. I'm sure we all agree with that. When you're sick, you have ginger ale when you're a kid. Which is what you do. Canada Dry has its own category, which is very cool. And we will do beverages in my store category. I can guarantee you that. Boom. Canada Dry print ad. 66. Okay. Being a 2-pager, we charge appropriately. I'm not going to sell it for the same price as one. That would just be silly. Hey, Ernie, how you doing? Was given 320 Life Look Post mags. Do you take every staple out, or is there a better way? Welcome aboard, Ernie. Yeah, I do take the staples, usually 3, right? In most magazines, I take the staples out. I think in one of my videos, in the video series, I actually go through my procedure of how to take a staple, out without damaging the underlying paper. That's always going to be the issue, is trying not to, rip the paper, especially when they're really old. Yep, Dawn says she uses a knife. A knife works. Anything that's like, I have, because I do computer repair on the side and stuff, and we have these, I had a tool, I don't have it in front of me, I would have shown you. It's just like I think it's called a splunger. It's like a blue plastic thing that has, it's a small plastic stick that has like a plate under it that's very thin, and it's perfect for that, because the one drawback of a knife is you could cut it. Like you could cut the paper with the knife if you're not careful. So this plastic splunger thing is cool to use, but a guitar pick works very well. I have about 10 million of these, but a guitar pick you could kind of slip under there. But as Dawn said, you could use a knife. When in doubt, you could use your nails, but you're going to risk a puncture wound. And if you're talking about a letter opener is a great call. At least, you talk about an really old staple. Some of them are rusted. It's amazing though. Sometimes I swear to you, I pull out magazines that are from the 30s and 40s, and they're like pristine. They're silver. And then there's other ones that are all rusted. I guess it obviously depends on how they were stored through time. But yeah, a letter opener is a great call. Anything like that, anything that gets the job done with minimal damage to the paper. But yeah, I absolutely take the staples out because I'm not going to rip, try to tear the paper out. I'm going to try to sell the advertisement. You could obviously screw that up. Thank you very much, Dawn. There's a link to the video from the video series. Appreciate it, Dawn. Thank you very much. But yeah, so that's ginger ale. Did we write anything other than Canada ginger ale? 2-page ad? No, we didn't. Doesn't treat you like a kid. Let's go with that. Let's put green glass bottle. Green glass is a collectible unto itself. Soft drink. Soft drink, that's funny. Soft drink, soda. Boom. Got them all in. Yeah, check out that link if anybody's interested and hasn't seen. If you guys haven't seen the mega series that I created for all about print ads a couple of years ago at this point, probably 3 years ago at this point, do check it out. It's just my techniques and my thoughts behind the whole niche. And it's a good way to get started if you haven't done anything in the print ad space. If you want to just kind of get introduced to it, check out that series. Let me know if you have any questions. I was talking about this a few weeks ago. I'm thinking of maybe making a few revisions or maybe just adding video set series, but because I've received several questions since that maybe I didn't address directly in the series. Maybe I could do another video. It's basically the same stuff. I mean, I can't think of anything specifically right now that would be different from what I might have stated when I created them, but you guys let me know if anybody's interested or has any suggestions or questions or ideas for expanding that series. I'd be happy to take a listen. Got room for mixer. I think we're good. But thanks for that. All right, let's take care of the other double, the 2-page ad, I should say. Just for convenience sake, again, like before. And then we're just left with a couple of car ads, and it's good night, Irene. 8:45 already. Amazing what a difference when you start a half hour later than usual. All right, and then this one is really a nice ad. You got the Hubble telescope, space, all kinds of stuff. No, it's not Hubble. That's Humble. But Esso, gasoline, right? I don't know if they have their own. Thought there was a Hubble telescope. It's funny, but it's space stuff. I don't remember if they have their own category. Yes, they do. Beautiful. Another 2-pager though. Is it ESO or ESO? Somebody help me. So print ad 66. All right, let's take a look what's going on here. Space theme going. You got Tony the Tiger, but it's not really Tony. Just looks like him. The Moonmobile. We could put a tiger in an astronaut's club, but what could we do for his Moonmobile? Humble research. Artist projection of 3rd generation moon vehicle for extended exploration. How'd that work out? Did they come up with this one? I don't remember. Did Goodyear make the tires? SO. Okay. Lunar rover. Yeah. If only. I guess it kind of looks like a lunar rover. Everybody's going with SO. Sounds good to me. Is that an acronym for something? I love blowing this up and you can see all the details. See, Humble Oil and Refining Company is actually, I guess, the parent company. It's all about the dreams. It's a big old paw, buddy. Look at the size of that thing. Oh, I didn't even notice you got the kids in the back that want to be astronauts. Very popular thing in the 60s, even into the 70s, I remember. People used to say, what do you want to be? I want to be an astronaut. You don't hear many people saying they want to be an astronaut anymore. Shame. I'm going to put that in, actually. Humble Oil. Moon. It's an acronym for Standard Oil. SO, Standard Oil. Thank you, Kevin. Ask a stupid question. Lunar Vehicle said who said Lunar Vehicle? Oh, Lunar Rover, says Greg. Rover. What else? Tiger. How about the Tiger? How do we not have him in there? I think that's good. Cool looking ad. There's a bunch of SO ads. Standard Oil. Favorite part about doing these shows every time I've done one is learning stuff like that. So thank you, Kevin. Things I probably should have known in some cases, many cases. All right. That is it for the 2-page world tonight. What else we got? Guess we'll just finish this out. 3 car ads. And we're done with the Volkswagen. Absolutely, Space Age. I think we talked about this last week. Huge, late 50s, or ever since Sputnik, like late 50s, early 60s, everything was Space Age. Space Age. A Razor was Space Age technology, you know. Tang, space, drink for Space Age. Cars was Space Age. Anything electronic was Space Age. It was a fad. But you're right. Good, definitely a good keyword. The Volkswagen, actually. Which has its own category, surprise, right there. The Volkswagen Squareback was commonly known as a Type 3. Beautiful. So we could throw that in. Squareback, you say, eh? Okay, that's good. Let's back to 14. Let's take a look at this one. What's going on? Squareback sedan. Put that right in. I know it sounds stupid, but I like to write the word car, even though it's the automobile category. Collectors of Type 3s. Beautiful. You think I should put Type 3 sedan? Does that make sense? It's true, because you almost always see a Beetle, right? When talking Volkswagen. Thank you, Kevin. Volkswagen, Squareback Type 3 sedan, print ad. Car. What else can we look for? Now we got Mr. Slip screaming, Dad, I got cookies in the oven. So there's obviously something's going on. And Dad is upstairs, as he's been since April 14th. So why she's talking to him like he's next to her, I don't get. We'll visit that in a few moments. VW for people that don't like the type out Volkswagen. I love it. Absolutely. I think that's good. People that collect, Kevin's saying there's a Type 3 collector out there, so they'll know what they're looking for. Maybe I'll put that in here. Type 3. V-dub. G-dub. Beautiful. Thanks, guys, for that one. Ugh, goose. Oosh. And then there were 2. There we go. Let's look at this nice blue. Was I talking about Pontiac? Did I say? Pontiac Le Mans. Pontiac absolutely has its own category right there. Boom. And then we'll make that the make. Model will be Le Mans 66. Done. Take a look at this handsome looking. That's a nice looking car. Kind of looks like Tony Nelson's car, doesn't it? From A Dream of Jeannie. I think he was driving a 66 Le Mans. No, because the show came out in 65, didn't it? I think it's a nice looking car. Honestly, I do. Wouldn't mind driving one of those. But enough we made our Tiger look the way it does outside. Le Mans. Anybody see anything? Convertible, right? Is it a muscle car? Is that considered a muscle car? Convertible muscle car. I'll just blindly accept Greg's word as gospel. You had a 64 GTL, nice. Muscle car. Should I put headlights because they're on? You know, like TV on in the postcard world. Maybe headlights on is a thing, and headlights. Right, Kevin? TV on. My dad used to love cars too. He knows way more than I would ever dream of knowing. I never got into cars. I'm not anti-car. I never got into them. I think that was a disappointment for my dad because he was a mechanic, quasi-mechanic when I was young. He used to bring me out to try to show me stuff, and I'd rather be playing ball, you know, doing something outside and playing. I feel bad for that now. Would like to spend time and hang out and, you know, learn basics. Steve had a 64 Le Mans for a bit. Same thing, different engine. You'd put muscle car or Meisel car? You say Meisel. I say muscle. Yeah, I got that in there. Why not, right? Did I not put muscle car? Yeah, I did. I got that in there. Anything else anybody could think of? Handsome looking vehicle in my world. I think that's a nice looking car. You got it. Cool. All right, guys. And then to conclude the listing portion of tonight's festivities, we got one more vehicle to get up. And that would be this is impressive, folks. We listed 20 ads in the space of, we went on at 7:30. So I need to figure 10 minutes of banter, right? Hour and 15 minutes. We got through 20 ads. That's pretty impressive. Hopefully it shows everybody how easy it is to, once you get all the busy work done of cutting out the ads, the staples, like was alluded to earlier, and scanning them and making any kind of modifications you need to make on your scan, straightening them out like I did earlier, or color correction, whatever you want to do. When it actually gets to the listing portion, it's really quick. It can be really quick, which is nice. All right, and then we're going to finish up with this. I know it's like a European car that Buick made called the Opel Kadett. I have a few of these listed. They come up as European. Buick, Opel. I guess we were trying to compete overseas here. Do they have their own category? Yeah, see, European Opel. What was it? And again, if any car aficionados out there, I'm sure Steve sounds like he knows his cars. German made, right? But Buick was the brand or something. I don't remember what the designation was. But you see they have their own category. Let's throw it in there. And I will put in German made car. Make Opel. And then Cadet, I guess, is the model. What's up, Keith? How you doing? Pied Piper is in the house. Just in time to call it a night. We're almost, this is the last ad, and we listed 20 ads tonight. No, brand is Opel, isn't it? So this is strange. Make Opel, brand Cadet, is that right? Model Le Mans, that's definitely wrong. Became a GM later. Interesting. No problem, man. Tuesday nights. But, question for you, because we brought this up earlier in the show. Do you get notifications if I'm going live, or if, like yesterday, I released a video, What's Sold video, and a few people said they didn't see that or didn't. I'm just curious if that's just a matter of not seeing it, which is fine, or if the notifications icon thing wasn't ticked. I subscribe to probably at least 100 channels across many spectrums on YouTube because I love YouTube. And I'm pretty sure I can't think of anybody like sneaking up on me when they release a video. I always get a pop-up or something that says, you know, whatever channel has gotten a video. Or if I just go into my like regular home screen, it sorts by subscriptions. Excuse me. And it always brings up whoever did their most recent. Steve saw it today. Cool. I'm just curious. Not busting chops. I'm just asking. All right, so let's check out this ad. What do we got? You got kids going, you got rain jackets, you got wellies. It's a nice looking house, huh? On the lake. Pretty wild looking car. Built by General Motors in Germany. As Kevin said. You can have them for a song. Look at that. Loaded deluxe wagon, only $19.80. 54 horsepower. So I think I'm going to speak more to the scenery because the car is cool and unique. But I guess we got rain jackets, umbrella. Let's put rain jacket, singular. Who cares? Rain boots, lake. There you go. List GM and Buick. All right, so you know what? Isn't Buick part of GM? Oh, no. Dawn said she got a notification. She didn't look at the phone. Oh, okay. No problem. Yeah, I'm just curious if people aren't getting notifications. It's something to bring up, you know. Beautiful. That's it, folks. That's it for the listing. Let's get this one up. And then I'll stay on a minute because I want to see how the chat thing looks live in StreamYard. Tremendous job. 20 brand new ads up for consideration. And then we will just get rid of all this stuff. And I have my next template set up. And all I do is, I know I'm going to be listing a bunch of Life magazines, so I just change that to number 249. And we save it as a draft. Save for later. Leslie. Boom. Get out of screen sharing. And there you go. Yeah, that looks really nice. See, if I was just doing a chat show, this is super, super cool because I won't have to look over to my side. Let me get rid of this screen, actually. This computer. Shut down. Are you sure? I am sure. Yeah, guys, thanks for coming in. It's just about 9 o'clock here on the East Coast. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you haven't had a chance to leave a thumbs up, please take a second, leave a thumbs up on the video. I did say earlier in the show, and I'm going to try to commit to doing at least a weekly What's Sold style video. If anybody has any requests, anything they'd like to go over or discuss in a video format, please let me know. Comment on any of the other videos. Send me a message. Leave something in the, what is that section of the YouTube called? Community. You can leave a post in the community tab or respond to something. Or email me anytime, jiminyflipit@gmail.com. Suggestions, ideas. Love to hear from you guys, what you'd like to see here, learn about, teach me, all the above, anything you'd like. I'd be completely open to that and greatly appreciative if you took a moment. So again, please thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed and you watched the show tonight and you'd like to be part of the fun, please do subscribe, hit that subscribe button. And as we've alluded to, make sure you click on that notifications bell icon. So if we go on with a live show, if I release a video, everybody can see it. And I will see you guys this time, 7:30 from now on until further notice, 7:30 Tuesday nights. Thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate you spending some time with me. It's been fun.